Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the NJPW Ultimates Bushi figure from Super7. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this figure definitely looks pretty good, and I will say that this is a Super7 Ultimates, so Super7 definitely has their own style, as many of you know. So a lot of those hallmarks are here, and I guess right off the bat we'll talk about the kind of odd proportions in places. Kind of specifically for me, like the hands and wrist pegs are like coming down to the wrist seem awfully small. Not distractingly so, but definitely bordering on that. And then we definitely get kind of a longer neck than we'd see in some other figures, which for certain wrestlers wouldn't be a problem. I don't think it's really distracting here, but I know it's more noticeable in some of the other NJPW Ultimates. And that's about it. So other than that, like, it definitely looks pretty good and very much in line with kind of older WWE elites, especially because we got the double elbows and stuff. So, definitely not a bad thing. I think it looks pretty cool, especially with the black and white gear, the nice stark change. We do get some nice clean paint here on the ring gear. So the, kanji here on the right thigh, we got his name on the back. Then we get design here, a little pop of red on the left. And beyond that, pretty decent boot sculpt too, with the laces coming down here. I can get that to focus. There we go. So good stuff going on there. I like the knee pads here too. They seem, especially with the cuts in the back, like won't get in the way, pardon me. I do like that on the hands, they did paint in the nails, which he always has painted. And going to the head sculpt, this is the one that comes right out of the box. And love it with the tongue out, like very clean paint here too. I mean, Super7 hasn't always had the cleanest paint apps, but it works really well here, especially important here with all the intricacies of the mask. So done really well, and definitely a fan of that. So that will do it for aesthetics. We get a great loadout of accessories here, so let's jump right in. So starting with hands right out of the box, we do get fists, as we just looked at. Then we get a pair of C grips. We get a pair of choking hands. We get a pair of chopping hands / just relaxed hands. Focus. We get a pair of splayed out hands. And then finally, we get a pair of pointing hands. I really love that they did the nails on all the hands, so really no effort wasted there. Then we get all the different head sculpts. We get 4 different head sculpts. So we get that tongue out one we looked at the beginning. Again, that's the one that comes right out of the box. Then we get this head sculpt with kind of a smirk going on, really more in the lipstick, as you can kind of see it coming up there. And that is actually the same sculpt as the other head, the more stoic kind of neutral head sculpt. And I do like that they kind of just found a way to make a new expression by just kind of altering the lipstick. That's kind of a really cool touch. And finally, we get the sugar skull mask. And this looks really, really cool. Love the details that they did here. Nice and clean paint all around as well. Just really cool looking addition. And that will do it for accessories. Articulation balance here are very nice, if a little limited, but right off the bat, we can do freestanding kicks, no issues. This actually took no time to get into, and part of that is the nice flat feet we got going on here. But for the finer points of the articulation, we do have a barbell joint, much like we have with WWE Elites. So we get a little bit of up, a little bit of down. There's our neutral, not that much different. We get a little bit of nice tilt because we got some nice room going on there. That's thanks to that long neck. And of course we get rotation. For our arms, we are hinge and swivel. We're coming up into a straight up Y pose, beautiful. We do have bicep swivel. We have single jointed elbows, so we're only getting to just about 90 there, but we do get some rotation there as well. We do get hinge and swivel here at the wrist. Wow, there we go. Swivel, hinge, there you go. Hinges are a little loose as they are on some Ultimates, so be aware of that. We do get a standard traditional ab crunch going on here. So get about that far forward, get about that far back. We get rotation. For our legs, we're coming out, almost full splits, positively beautiful. we do get a little bit of thigh rotation, but be careful with it. You can hear that kind of like, it's very, very tight. For our front kick, not quite reaching 90, but still respectable. We are single jointed at the knees, so we're only gonna get 90 there. Though we do get some rotation as well, which will help because we do not get a boot cut, but we do get some perfect point, a little bit of forward, and some nice rocker. So that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other Super 7 Ultimates, with some other wrestling lines, with some domestics, with some imports, with some monsters, finally with an articulate icons Oni and yours truly in human form as the Valorous Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the NJPW Ultimates Bushi figure from Super 7 is that this is a really cool figure. You know, obviously the articulation is limited, it being an Super 7 Ultimate, but the details are nice. The accessories are really, really nice. I really love that, again, that he has like 4 different head sculpts to choose from. They're very hard to get on, so you're gonna have to like heat up each head sculpt before until they loosen up over time. However, great to have those options, and just cool to have a Bushi figure in general. So definitely recommend it if you are a fan of him as a wrestler, if you're just collecting NJPW stuff, or you just like wrestling figures. And this is still available from a few different online resources. So I will have a link or two in the description below for you to pick this up if you are so interested. That being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. And if you did, I hope to see you back here because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. Any of that appeals to you, come on back. Let's just talk about some really nice plastic and escape the world for a while. But beyond that, I really just hope that you are well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.